Justin Bieber's latest live stream didn't just stir the internet, it ripped open a door everyone thought had been sealed shut years ago. What was supposed to be a quiet night turned into one of the most emotional, confusing, and explosive moments he's had in front of a camera in a long time. And the timing couldn't have been worse, because while Hailey was preparing to celebrate her birthday, Justin was somewhere else entirely, emotionally and physically. People started asking the same question again and again. Why wasn't he with his wife? Reports say Hailey had a dinner the night before her birthday, and not only was Justin missing, but he was on a live stream singing a brand new song where he practically confessed he felt trapped. Not trapped in life, not trapped in fame, trapped in a relationship. And the lyrics didn't sound like anything a married man should be singing on the eve of his wife's birthday. The first shock came when fans realized these weren't old leftovers from some forgotten era. This wasn't a track pulled from the vault. This was new. The emotions, the lines, the pain in his voice. Everything about it felt like it was coming from right now. Not 2012, not the Jelena era. Right now, in 2025, years after he married Hailey, years after Selena moved on, and years after he promised the world he had grown. As he kept singing, people froze. Justin sang, "I'm stuck in a relationship and it isn't you," and then spiraled into a confession about crying, not knowing why he stays, and wondering why he can't let go of someone he's still holding on to in his heart. Hearing that from anyone would be shocking. Hearing that from someone who has been married for years. That was something else entirely. It wasn't just the words, it was the way he delivered them. His voice cracking, his eyes watering, the kind of emotional collapse that doesn't look polished or practiced or filtered. It looked like someone reliving a memory they never healed from. The type of memory that stays lodged somewhere deep, even when you build an entire new life on top of it. And then came the moment that broke the internet. Justin hit the line, "I'm into you," and in the faded echo of his voice, fans swear they heard him whisper a name, Selena. The clip spread like wildfire because once someone pointed it out, the sound became impossible to ignore. People replayed it over and over, slowing the audio down, isolating the whisper, zooming in on his expression. It felt like watching someone's emotional mask slip in real time. But what made everything feel even more unsettling was how normal the room around him looked. His crew was casually sitting there. Eddie Benjamin, camera guys, sound guys. Everyone just chilling while Justin is breaking down in front of them. And the internet couldn't believe how calm they were while he was drowning in emotions he clearly hasn't dealt with. This is the same man who spent years preaching about the importance of privacy, the importance of emotional boundaries, the importance of healing. Yet here he was, on live stream, crying in front of hundreds of thousands of viewers, whispering names from the past, singing about emotional traps while his wife was out celebrating her birthday alone. Fans started connecting dots they've been ignoring. The GQ event where Justin walked ahead and didn't wait for Hailey. The moment she climbed out of the car by herself in a dress, holding on to the door because no one helped her. Videos and photos where she looks like the afterthought of her own marriage. The fact that he didn't show up for her dinner. The fact that he never seems to look fully present next to her anymore. Suddenly, the live stream didn't feel like just a performance. It felt like a leak. Raw emotions slipping out because he couldn't hold them back anymore. Memories flooding his voice in ways he couldn't hide. And even though the internet cracks jokes and makes memes, the moment didn't look like strategy. It didn't look like PR. It looked like something slipping through the surface without permission. Fans pointed out another detail. These weren't just emotional lyrics. He mentioned being 18, referencing moments from a time when his life and Selena's were completely intertwined. Referencing the era that created the version of him millions of people still remember most. And the moment he went there in the song, the entire internet knew exactly what he meant. People online kept repeating the same thing. If Justin is really healed and happy, why does he keep circling back to Selena emotionally? And then came the whispers that he might be heading toward divorce territory, because no one sings about being trapped in a relationship unless something behind the scenes feels deeply wrong. What made the situation blow up even more was the fact that Selena isn't doing anything. She's not involved. She's not responding. She's married and living her life. But somehow her name keeps getting dragged back into Justin's emotional orbit. Not because she's inserting herself, because he is. Through lyrics, through memories, through moments he can't seem to let go of. Meanwhile, Hailey is playing it cool, posting polished photos, smiling through events, pretending none of this is affecting her. But the internet isn't stupid. People can see the tension, the exhaustion, the quiet frustration. She's been in the shadow of a love story she never signed up for. And every time the story resurfaces, she becomes the target of a situation she didn't start. Justin's emotional live stream wasn't just a mistake. It was a mirror, a reflection of something he's been carrying for years but has never fully addressed. A reminder that no matter how far he runs from his past, no matter how many new chapters he tries to write, certain feelings follow you until you face them. But here's where things get even stranger. Just a couple weeks ago, Justin was on another live stream preaching about emotional loyalty. He said if a husband so much as thinks about another woman, it counts as emotional betrayal. He said husbands should guard their thoughts, their hearts, and their actions. Hearing him say that then, and watching him cry and whisper another woman's name now, feels like watching two different people living inside the same body. And fans noticed. They noticed the inconsistency. They noticed the emotional cracks. They noticed how unpredictable Justin's behavior has been lately. One day posting strong husband energy, the next day disappearing from social media, then suddenly popping up in tears singing about relationships he can't let go of. Hailey, meanwhile, keeps moving like she's determined not to let the noise swallow her. But the strain is showing. People keep saying she's the strongest woman alive for staying, and others say she's been humiliated more times than any spouse should tolerate. And the birthday live stream feels like a breaking point, because it was her day, and he wasn't there. But his emotions were everywhere, all over the internet, all over the lyrics, all over the mess. The theories the internet cooked up only added fuel to the fire. Some people joked that whatever spell Hailey's dad allegedly had on Justin must be wearing off, and he snapped back into old emotions. Others said Justin, Hailey, Selena, and Benny should just form some bizarre reality show-style group marriage because the drama is too interconnected to separate. None of that is real, but the fact that people are even entertaining these ideas shows just how chaotic everything feels. Even when people tried to defend Justin, saying he just needs to heal, the timing made it nearly impossible to take that explanation seriously. Healing is private. Healing is quiet. Healing is intentional. But crying on a live stream, whispering names, ignoring your wife's birthday dinner, and singing about emotional confusion doesn't look like healing. It looks like something is boiling over. And here's what makes everything even heavier. While Justin is spiraling emotionally, Selena is quiet, silent, focused on her own life. And that silence speaks louder than any lyric he could sing. It's the one thing Hailey has never been able to escape, the ghost of a relationship Justin never truly closed. Justin and Hailey look like they're living two entirely separate emotional realities. Justin drowning in memories he never resolved. Hailey fighting to keep everything looking clean and controlled. Selena somewhere far away, living her own life while still being pulled into drama she didn't create. None of them look like they're on the same page. And the public can feel the shift. The energy around this situation is louder, heavier, and more chaotic than ever. It doesn't feel like a random emotional live stream. It feels like a crack in something much bigger. So now the world is watching closely, waiting to see if Justin's live stream was just a moment of vulnerability. or a sign that something in his marriage is reaching its breaking point. Because one thing is clear: nobody cries like that over a situation they've truly made peace with.